Welcome to my Stories Red channel. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, please like and share your comments. We make new videos with interesting stories every day. My 34M girlfriend, 31F, of 2 months is pregnant and wants us to keep the baby. I met my girlfriend on OkCupid in February and had our first date on February 25th. Things then moved really fast, and with me staying at her place 5 nights out of 7 most weeks, we became so comfortable so quickly that she gave me a key before 6 weeks had passed, though she later admitted she mistakenly thought we had been dating much longer. Yesterday she was very quiet and appeared to be visibly worried and holding something in. After a little questioning, she finally admitted she was pregnant. Neither of us are religious, and I don't believe that life begins at conception, so my first instinct was that we should probably abort this unplanned pregnancy. However, it is her body and I felt the choice was predominantly hers to make, so told her I would fully support whatever decision she made. She has decided she wants to keep the baby, and I'm trying to act really supportive and reassure her that everything will be okay. But inside I'm petrified and suddenly feel very trapped. She went to the doctor today, who confirmed she's around 4 weeks, and scheduled a 12-week scan. She doesn't want us to tell anyone until 12 weeks, as due to an existing medical condition there is a slightly higher than normal chance of miscarriage. However, I could really do with some advice/reassurance, so I'm turning to you guys instead. I really don't feel ready for any of this, and also really worried this situation will make me resent my girlfriend and ruin our relationship. At the same time, I was raised by a single mother and always vowed to never be an absentee father. I'm so confused right now, but trying to act calm for her and be reassuring, but can tell she's worried about me and the situation we found ourselves in. Help! Update. Stumbled upon this throwaway Reddit account I made almost 5 years ago, and thought my post was probably overdue an update. In the end, I decided to shelf my fears and doubts and commit to the relationship and focus on helping my girlfriend through the pregnancy. We were both reasonably honest with each other about the reality it might not work out in the long run, but both wanted to make it work. I joined her at several scans and hospital appointments, parenting classes, and gave notice on my own apartment to move in with her permanently. Explaining the situation to friends, family and work was an interesting experience, given most didn't even know I was in a relationship yet. Before the shock news, my mom had actually joked to me about hurrying up and giving her a grandchild already. Thankfully everyone was really supportive, though some took a while before they could stop laughing. There were some complications with the pregnancy that resulted in a few stressful times, which were exacerbated by the placenta covering the baby, making it hard for her to feel baby's movements. Eventually though, our daughter was born a little early, near the end of 2016. That moment is an indescribable experience, let me tell you. Since my daughter's birth, we bought a home in an area better suited to raising a child, and were married almost a year later. For those that suggested that the baby might not be mine, I can confirm she looks and acts just like me and shares all the distinct features of my family. But even if she wasn't, my daughter and I have built such a strong bond one wouldn't even care. For those worried my GF was trying to trap me, over the last few years she helped me clear my debts, encouraged me to finally seek professional help in getting my long history of anxiety and depression under control, and also subsequently encouraged and supported me, emotionally and financially, in leaving my well-paid but soul-destroying career to retrain and start over from scratch in a far more satisfying career. If this is what trapped feels like, I wholeheartedly recommend it. In short, this accidental pregnancy was probably the worst thing to ever happen to me. But I am very aware that I'm most probably the exception that proves the rule. Comments. I think both of them being over 30 when she got pregnant was a huge factor in their success. It sounds like they did a lot of maturing before they got to that point. Sure, it's not the ideal trajectory, but it sounds like they were pretty secure in their decisions. Agreed. I also had a good feeling when OOP mentioned they had a long talk and a realistic conversation about the likelihood of this not working out, and, presumably, how to handle it if it got to that point. I was thinking, see, That's the biggest indicator that you two might actually have a shot at working this out. Open and honest communication. People forget you can co-parent without being together. Relationship dynamics seem to be accepted now when they're more fluid, and I have friends who are married but live separately, separated but parent and live together. Never were together in the first place but moved in to raise a child. Best friends who adopted the children of a sibling and practice that it takes a village approach. All sorts, and the key to all of them working is all those people are great communicators and are honest and realistic with their partners and expectations. Agreed. Though I will throw out there that I found myself in a very similar situation at 22. I was leaving for Army Reserve basic training and had a last fling with a guy from work. We'd been dating about 6 weeks when I found out I was pregnant. We agreed to raise the baby together as well as we could, but didn't want to force the issue of us staying together if it didn't seem like it would work. I got out of the Army almost immediately. We moved in together when I was 6 months pregnant, had the baby, and got married when the baby was almost a year old. When the baby was 18 mo's, we got pregnant again, planned, with his little brother. That was a long time ago. The boys are both in college now. The oldest will graduate in the spring. My husband and I are still together. It's been 22 years since that punch in the gut feeling of finding out I was pregnant, but that was probably the best thing that could have happened for us both.